Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a report from Atara Biotherapeutics. And let me tell you, it's less about miracle cures and more about money moves. Think of it as a pharmaceutical company doing a bit of financial juggling to keep its research going. Don't forget to join our Discord community through the link in the description. We've got lots of smart people there ready to share their thoughts. This is an 8K filing, which is basically an alert a company sends to its investors about big news. In this case, Atara Biotherapeutics is telling everyone that it's selling more stock and some special warrants to raise money. It's like when a company passes the hat around to fund its projects. The date that all this happened was May 14, 2025. The company we're looking at is called Atara Biotherapeutics, and they're based in Thousand Oaks, California. They're in the business of trying to develop new medicines. Now let's talk about what they're actually doing. They've made a deal with some underwriters, meaning investors, to sell shares of their stock, and these things called pre-funded warrants. Think of the underwriters as middlemen connecting the company to people who want to invest. Atara is selling 834,237 shares of its common stock. Common stock is basically what you and I can buy and sell on the stock market. Now, these pre-funded warrants are a bit more complex. Think of them like a coupon that lets you buy more stock later at a set price. In this case, they are offering warrants to purchase up to 1,187,108 shares of common stock. The deal is that each share costs 60.61. The pre-funded warrants themselves are sold at 61.99 each, and they let you buy a share for only 1/10 of a cent more later on. A nice thing about these warrants is that they can be used right away and never expire, unlike coupons that you forget about in your junk drawer. The pre-funded warrants have a formula that dictates how they may be converted into common stock. So, how much money is Atara expecting to get from all this? About $16 million before paying for the cost of the sale, such as commissions. What are they going to do with the money? They plan to use it to fund the work needed to get their new drug approved, which is required to achieve the biologics license application, and also for general needs. This offering is possible because they already filed paperwork with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, back in November of 2023. It's like getting permission ahead of time to sell stock. They expect the deal to actually happen or close on May 16, 2025. For 30 days after the deal closes, Atara is agreeing not to sell any more shares, with some exceptions, of course. This prevents them from flooding the market with stock right after the offering. This underwriting agreement they have is pretty standard with promises and guarantees from Atara. If you want to see the actual agreement, it's attached to this report as Exhibit 1.1. Also, the form for those pre-funded warrants is Exhibit 4.1. The company's lawyers, Sidley Austin LLT, also gave their legal opinion on the stock sale, which you can find in Exhibit 5.1. Finally, the report is signed by Anko Nguyen, who is the president and CEO of Atara. I'd zoom out and put this into context. Atara Biotherapeutics, like many biotech companies, is in a constant race against time and money. They need cash to fund research, run clinical trials, and hopefully get their drugs approved. Selling stock is a common way for these companies to raise that money, but it comes at a cost. When a company sells more stock, it dilutes the value of existing shares. Think of it like slicing a pizza into more pieces. Each slice becomes smaller. So while Atara gets 16 million, current shareholders own a slightly smaller piece of the pie. Now, these pre-funded warrants are interesting. They're basically a way for investors to bet on Atara's future. If the stock price goes up, they can buy more shares at a discount. If it doesn't, they don't have to use the warrants. It's a bit like a choose-your-own-adventure for investors. Atara's plan to use the money to get their drug approved is crucial. Drug approval is the golden ticket for biotech companies. If they succeed, the stock price could soar. If they fail, well, things could get tough. There are risks, of course. Clinical trials can fail, regulatory hurdles can pop up, and competitors can emerge. All of these things could affect Atara's stock price and its ability to raise more money in the future. So is Atara heading in the right direction? Well, it's hard to say for sure. They're clearly working hard to get their drug approved, and this stock sale gives them the financial runway to do that. But biotech is a risky business, and there are no guarantees. Ultimately, whether or not Atara's stock is a good investment depends on your risk tolerance and your belief in their drug pipeline. It's a high-risk, high-reward situation. Alright, that's our breakdown of Atara Biotherapeutics' latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.